And what's going on tonight, folks? I got a little, you got to see a little back part of the Land Tamer studio there. Hey, getting your study started show. Me too, man. Actually, I've been studying already for about 30 minutes or so, but I'm back into it. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well this Thursday night, Friday Eve, as I like to call it here. Um, yeah, things are going well here at Land Tamer Stream. We got day 467. And yeah, good evening, Mark Milo, to you as well, my friend. Great. Good to see some mods here in the chat. Um, yeah, VIRL 1.6.65 is out, and why I can't use it is the title of tonight's uh, quick vlog. 88 days ago, 11 free weekends, including one of those coming up. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. The new VIRL. So I looked at there is a link here I can post if you haven't seen it yet. I tell you, I've been really excited about lab software for a while. I've been staying on top of it, kind of trying to cover it, to an extent, and of all of them, of GNS3, VIRL, and Eve, NG. And of course, this came out today, and it took me a little by surprise because it's been well over a year since there's been any new updates to VIRL. And there was a tweet about it, which was cool. I thought it was cool. And also, they talk about the new features. So there's a nice little write-up, a good size write-up in detail about some of the new features. And there is not a lot here that I saw. There is the biggest thing to me, I think, was accessibility via IPv6, which is cool. I don't think GNS3 or Eve do that. Maybe they can. I don't know. But IPv6 on the primary network, that's really cool because my home network is IPv6 enabled. And I've often thought about trying to play with it, but I've never had time to play with it and set up my Eve lab to be IPv6 just to see if I could support it and access it. I try to do that with everything on the network if I can. But that's pretty cool. Other than that, not a lot here. Not much like what I saw at Cisco Live that is coming in an early version that I got to sort of peek at. There are apparently some new images. So IOSV 15.7 3M. And this says new as well, iOS VL2 15.2. I'm not sure what we're on now. So anyway, there's new images out there if that's your thing. Actually, also the 1000V, the XRV 9000, the NXOS 9000, which is cool. ASA 992, CoreOS, and then, yeah, so good stuff. Here's why I can't use it, though, folks, because I'm in the stage of labbing right now where, one, yes, I do care about labbing software, but I'm so far along and in such a scramble to prepare. I'm in basically battle mode, like battle preparation mode right now. So, one, I don't want to really change anything in my lab. So I have access right now to Cisco Expert Labs, and they use, of course, the IOL images. I have access to INE rack rentals, got a ton of rack rental tokens, and they, of course, use CSR 1000Vs and also some real switches. Then I have access to my own lab, either at home or in Azure. At home, I can't even really run these large labs, to be honest. Not well. I can maybe run 10 routers, but once I get above like 8, 9, 10 routers, my PC, which I bought now 4+ years ago, and it's not really upgradable. It's not an option. So I've been using Azure. The hours I have there, the funds I have there. So it's great. I think it's great. There are new images out. I probably would cover this more in depth. You have the INE lab title in a spreadsheet somewhere. Titles. I do not. Well, I have the labs I have left to do. I do have that show. Let me show you what I've got. So I basically mapped out all the labs I want to get done before October. And I do have those titles mapped out. Also, I printed PDFs for these. So I have those now in case the site goes down. These are all the labs I'm trying to finish by the October 14th, which include, most of these are going to be Cisco Expert level. But these are the ones I'm working on still left from the INI workbook. And it just basically says, you know, it's not many, but Foundations Lab 3, which I'm almost done. Troubleshooting 1, 2, 3, full scale 1, 2, and 3, and Mach 1 and 2. These are the weekends I'm going to try to attempt those. And I have 2 graded labs to do for Cisco Expert level training. So those are going to be, these dates may move up. But yeah, that's what we're working on now. So I'm actually, this is in progress. And Troubleshooting Foundation Lab 3 is in progress. I was working on that before stream. On the IPv6, OSPF v3 portion of that. And almost done. Man, this thing has been interesting. You're getting into some of these labs where it's not just about the protocols, it's about like different applications of the protocols. So there's a VRF configuration. I'm going to throw this out in the stream too here for a sec. Yeah, the issue I was having with OSPF v2, where I could not see basically there was a point-to-point link, and it was not advertising a /24, just the /32 of the router on the other end. I fired the lab up this morning, early. The issue was gone. So either I imagined it. This is what drove me to pull out the Troubleshooting OSPF book. I was determined to solve that problem today. And this is in Foundation Lab 3. It was gone. Maybe it's an order operations thing. I have no idea, but I got to move on, right? So I hit this area of Foundation Lab 3 that has to do with VRF. Basically, it's a VPN v4 firewall. It's kind of the application that they're using there. And it got so confusing. Jada, thank you, man, for the emotes. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yes, and the thing is, Show, this was a point-to-point, and there was a restriction in place that I had to use that network type on this interface. So, and I swear, I mean, I didn't record it. I wish I had, because I could not get that router to advertise that link with an LSA with the /24 for that link. But today, it's advertising it. And all I did was boot up the lab and start up the routers again. So that happens sometimes. Anyway, that led me to some good OSPF study, which was good. It ended up being a good thing. But I've hit this area of like the VPN firewall using a router running multi-protocol BGP. And I got into this sort of section of trying to wrap my mind around multiple VPNs and how to sort of draw that out. Like in some of these labs, they have drawings, but sometimes even the Cisco Expert level training will tell you, sometimes it's good for you to draw these out yourself while you're doing the lab. It may help you, and the drawing you need may not be provided, so you may have to make it yourself. And I've done that a few times with this particular lab. Nothing detailed, chicken scratch, but I did it a little bit when I was graphing, OSPF graphing, to look at that issue. And then I did one for today for this VPN firewall application / concept. I was just trying to get my head around like all the different VRFs and there was there's multiple VRFs, and they were basically routes were being sent to a router outside the edge of all the networks, filtering routes and then sending them back. It's kind of an interesting concept, but I have not found a good method for drawing that is efficient. I've tried like using circles, and I've tried using I'll figure it out, but if I get another lab like this, which I will, I'm sure. I tried using because you have the route target export and imports. So I tried to figure out a good way to sort of, especially in a complex lab, just quickly maybe identify a potential design issue or something like that, where there's not a drawing already that illustrates what you need. And so far, I have not found like a good. I've done image searches on Google. Sometimes that leads to cool like diagram ideas. But anyway, this has been a really good lab. This Foundation Lab 3, as some of the things have popped up, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a great time and working on speed, working on concepts. So this weekend, since I have tomorrow night off, my plan is to go over I've carved out for myself Lab 12 and 13 for this weekend. And that includes Cisco Expert Labs, troubleshooting, and config sections. At the pace I'm at now, that's probably too ambitious. This will probably be done tomorrow. That will give me 2 days. I have to travel on Sunday as well for work. So probably a little ambitious. We may be adjusting the schedule a little bit, but that's what we got going on. Thanks for stopping in, folks, man. It's great chatting with you all. And I know everybody else is getting to study too. So sending you good bits, wishing you the best in your studies / work / whatever you're doing. And thanks so much for hanging out. And we shall see you back here very soon. I'll post. Again, it's gonna be tough because I'm traveling. I'm doing some traveling on Sunday, and then I have a work project part of next week. So I'm not sure when I'll be able to stream until maybe later next week. But I'll be active on Twitter, Discord, giving everybody updates, and keep on keeping on, folks. We'll see you back here real soon. I'll let you know here in the Land Tamer stream. Have a great night. Thanks for dropping in.